10 days ago, I put my pay-to-win account on the back burner and made a goal to become the best free-to-play player inside Squad Busters. With already advancing quickly, playing a numerous amount of games, there's 3 things I realize I need to do if I am gonna sit high in the ranks. As you can see here, we're already at Squad Journey level 56, which is about halfway in the Squad Journey, but if you know the experience that's needed, we're actually about a quarter of the way in. At about 200 games in, I probably could be a lot farther, but there's one thing that's holding me back on this, and it's actually something that I thought was gonna be a lot easier, but it's turning out to be quite difficult. And that's using coins and spending them on chess tickets. If you saw the video from the other day, then you know I spent the 100,000 plus coins on Hog Rider, which was a necessity in order for me to get to this point where I'm at. Now I was saving this other 120,000 up for max. I did see them on the second day. I didn't have enough coins on them, but I got a couple of days of seeing Royal King and then also saw a couple of days of seeing Mortis. Because we do have enough coins saved up, anything that I have past that point, I'm just kind of going and buying chess tickets that way. So I am still buying some, but I'm making sure I'm holding on to a good nest. However though, because we are so close to Beach World, and I know the second I get in there, there's going to be tanks. If I see a tank inside the shop that I can buy, I'm going to be using and sacrificing this gold for that. If I don't, there's not going to be any easy way that I'm going to survive it all. But tank's an absolute beast and can shut down heroes real fast, so that's not anything I want to go without. Now I did say there is 3 things that I need to do. First one's going to be unlocking all the heroes. And as you can see, we got the gold saved up. We're not really too far off from where I would expect to be at this point. However though, we don't have Max, we don't have B. I'm not really worried about Royal King at the moment. Even Mortis was one that I got kind of late on the pay-to-win account. It's a nice hero to have, but it's not something I'm really worried about prioritizing on. As I said, I do want to grab Max. I am putting a priority on that. That's one that I really like. That's great. I'm loving the speedsters. That's still my original plan to make sure I'm stocked up on those. So if I see her after I have the tank, that's going to be something I'm jumping on. However, I'm not so worried about getting Pam at all. We have the battle healer, we do have the medic, so I can utilize both of those. We also have the trader at 2 stars right now, which means I can get healing from getting gems. Mavis, we're about halfway to getting her to 3 stars when she unlocks her heal, so there is plenty of ways for me to heal in the meantime and not really need to rely on Pam. B, however, is one that I'm finding more and more I'm falling in love with, so I might try to get that, but still not a priority. Out of the 20 troops that I do have, we already have some at 3 stars, which leads me to the next thing I need to do is I really need to get all these heroes to 3 stars once I unlock them. And I already have a couple of them at 3 stars. We have Colt, we have the medic, and we have the chicken. Chicken, yeah, that was kind of given to us. Medic, they seem to be giving me a ton of them, but Colt is a good one to have. I also have a couple other heroes that are getting pretty close to that too, so we seem to be on a pretty decent path, at least for the commons and the rares. The epics are going to take some time, but I imagine once I get up to Squad League, we should pretty much be well set off on those. The Barbarian King, we're probably the closest on. I think we're at 4 out of 10. That is one that I want to get, and my next priority is going to be the Archer Queen after that. After that, we'll probably go for the battle healer. Not really too worried about the skeleton spell for the witch there, but as I said, this is all going to come slowly. My main focus is on the Hog Rider, hopefully Max, and a couple other are just my basic attackers. Now when we make it to Beach World, like I said, tank's going to be a priority. We're going to unlock that. Heavy is one that we unlock during the squad journey, which leaves us left with Penny. And Penny is one that I like a lot. I do grab them whenever I see them, but it's not going to be anything that I'm going to say, hey, I need to get this right away. I might camp up on the gems for a while. Given that this is going to be 30 squad journey levels, and as we get to those last 10, it takes a good amount of grinding, so I think it's going to take a couple of weeks to get to that point through there, but the big thing being is I need events to pop up inside the game. That's going to help me store up on that while allowing me to buy chess tickets throughout that in order to get these things at least close to 3 stars. From there, we have the same thing all over again with those 30 levels inside the game. Once again, a lot of grinding inside. By the time I get to Ice World, I want to have 220,000 coins saved up to buy both Jesse and the Ice Wizard when they pop up in the shop. Unfortunately, we don't have it like Heavy there where we're going to see a hero from that point on, but that's going to be more grinding, and this is where we're really going to need to fine tune, spend the money on the chess tickets to push hard to get into the Squad League. Now, as far as Squad League itself, this is not going to be a season that I'm going to rank high on, although I am going to rank, and the goal is, my final thing I need to do, is I need to get to that 8,000 trophy mark. With currently only 29 days left before Squad League resets, if you remember last season when it ended, everybody had their trophies split in half, and if you had more than 4,000 trophies after that, it was capped off at that. As long as we don't have another world thrown at us, this will be a good starting point for me to push hard inside the Squad League and see how high we can go as free to play. But so far, I think I'm doing pretty good. I've finished every single event that's been thrown at me so far, and I've been absolutely dominating inside this Royal world here. So we'll see how it goes once I get into Beach World and we run into those tanks, but I think I'm doing pretty good and I'm getting the hang of this. If you guys are still on the fence about Bandit and wondering if you should grab them or not, maybe you should take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.